Welcome to the Inside Story Hunters podcast, where our stories are the core of human connection and the driving catalyst for change, clarity, growth, and opportunity. I'm Lori Guzman, aka Lori with a Story, your connection expert. Every week we're bringing you the inside stories of humble, serial entrepreneurs, successful life changers. Why do their inside stories matter? Because we're helping them drive opportunities to the right people and their businesses. We are relationship experts who skillfully help others unveil their inside story with a goal to connect them to new opportunities. As an expert of uncovering the inside stories, I've learned there really are no strangers, and everything's tied together. It only takes one great story to make a difference. So, come take a journey with me, and let's go listen to another great inside story. Here we go. I have the pleasure and the honor of interviewing Will Brown today. He's my funny man friend, but a benefits group, all part of an incredible organization that he has built from scratch, that has become an empire. I'm incredibly proud of him and the results that he's driven, but I don't want to steal his thunder because he knows how to tell his darn story incredibly well. So just thank you for being here today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. This is going to be a blast. Yes.
Yeah. Tell us a little about you, Will. Who are you? Personally and professionally.
Oh, man, that's a big
And I
place
should
to start.
say, insiders are watching today. That's
Okay,
our community.
this is to the insiders.
Yeah, the
Okay,
insiders
so we can get
want to
comfortable.
know your story.
Personally and professionally, that covers a lot, doesn't it, guys? If somebody asks you who you are. So I'll start with the easy part. What do I do when I wake up every morning and get down here downtown? I would say to you, we help small to mid-sized businesses offer Fortune 500 benefits, period. We know our customer. We know the world they live in, and we have a passion behind what we do. I'm a man who's blessed. I have been, like all of us, on a journey, gained a little bit of wisdom, and have a blessing in a wife and kids and just a family and a business that's growing and great people that I meet. I'll put it this way, I wake up every morning and I smile at the world.
Well, I wasn't going to go into this so early on, but it just what you shared. The inside story about who you are, the journey you've been on. The average person who gets to meet you would never know that your life has also been filled with painful gifts. If you'll share a little bit with us about that journey, about some of the things that really define you.
Yeah, so, okay, well, here's the thing. Everyone has struggles. You know that as well as I do. And so I wouldn't put mine over anyone's. I would just say that appreciating the human story and what we all go through and how we deal with it. Now, I will say that losing a child, which is one of the things that has defined me just after birth, Tanner was his name. And that is something that you never want anybody to have to go through when you see your name, on a headstone. And there's been other struggles. Shoot, being an entrepreneur is a struggle. If any of you out there are wanting to be an entrepreneur, you know that it's something that you just you have to do, but it's not that easy. It's not like wake up, have an idea, make money, right? So there's been struggles of distraction, figuring out your voice, what you want to do. There's been who to listen to, who to surround yourself with, when can you scale? And then you couple that with going through family issues. I mean, when you lose a child, there's a lot that's tied into, starting over. And then we lost my father-in-law within a year of that at 48 unexpectedly. And I was working in corporate at the time, 90 hours a week. So it's been a journey getting here. And it's been a time that's like everyone you look back on, you go, whew, I wouldn't want to do that again.
Right.
But where I'm at now and the richness of it, I appreciate each day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And your family is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And I know...
Had 6 boys, guys. 6.
6 boys.
6.
And having 2, I can't imagine adding 4.
Yeah.
Take us back a little bit. Take us deeper into the inside story.
Yeah.
Because you bring so much to the table.
Okay, so...
CPA, I mean...
Yeah, that part is, I think, when you start out, as most of you know, if you've gone down this road a little bit, when you start out at whatever age you get out of college, you think, I'm going to do this. And you have it all mapped out, don't we, right? We know it's going to look like this. And then it looks nothing like that. So So background, I'll tell you this. When I graduated high school, I said, Sam Walton didn't go to college and neither am I. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
All right.
So I was out digging ditches. I've worked in sod fields, man, construction, digging footers in Georgia clay, you name it. And one of the days, it was about 103 in that Florida heat, and I was in the sod field. And I looked around and said, I really like these guys, but Sam Walton may not have gone to college, but I'm going. So I had to then shift gears, and I was already married at this point. So I'm having to work, make money. I did a paper route, a rural route that I...
While you're married.
Yeah, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. every morning. I mean, it didn't matter. Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, you name it. You had to run this route. So I could make enough money to go to work a job, and then I'd go to school in the evening times, and then whenever I could get it. Ended up going 6 years and got my master's of accountancy from Florida State. So there was a time, we lived in a double wide, had the queen of the double wide trailer, and we used
Amazing.
pliers to turn on the water and everything. But it was a time of scrimping and saving. And I mucked the stalls and set hay for the horses, you name it. I'm telling you, there's stories. And so, but graduate and think, I've made it, right? So I'm thinking I've got my master's degree. I sit for the CPA. I'm going to work for a firm called Deloitte and Touche, which is a big accounting firm at the time.
Absolutely.
And so then I moved to Nashville from Florida, and I'm at the 20-something floor down here on 5th and Church, and I think, yeah, this is nice. 90 hours a week later, and a couple of years, I'm like, this is not so nice. Mm-hmm. So I'll save you the granular, but there was a time I went into a controllership role, and then ultimately I realized that I didn't necessarily like accounting, even though I spent all my time getting there. But I did like seeing behind the curtain and what made business run.
And numbers don't lie.
Right?
So
but I enjoyed understanding the story, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
When an audit, it's not so fun, but you do get to see everything, the legal aspects, the personnel aspects, the financial aspects. So you get to kind of put it all together. So I enjoyed the business, what made business run. And my dad was an entrepreneur the second half of his life. So I kind of shifted into working for myself. So again, save you all this the granular detail, but just know that from a restaurant to a property management company, mm-hmm. had a couple hundred units under management, to exported medical equipment to Central and South America. I mean,
unbelievable.
Yeah,
you've done it all.
I realized, I said, okay, it's one point I had to focus, and so I went by way of consulting. That's where you see Solution Boy Consulting doing business as the benefits group. That's mm-hmm. where that came from. I would help small to mid-sized businesses in all areas. Organization, I had known just enough in all the pitfalls to say, don't do that. But even then I had to focus. And so I focused on the area that I thought had the most weight and impact on the bottom line. That was people, mm-hmm. human capital. Employees are your biggest asset and biggest liability. Without them, you don't grow, right? Your lifestyle business, which is okay if that's what you want to be. But when you have them, there's a lot implicit in that, right? So they're your brand. They have liability. You have payment. So,
which, if I can just jump in there, it's a perfect segue into, the Inside Story Hunters podcast is built to create opportunity, right people, right businesses, bringing you together, connection, as you had shared. So where are benefits going? And how is this impacting? The world has changed, mm-hmm. and we've all entered into the virtual world.
Yes.
So, how do you see, where's the path? Where are we going? Employees working in offices is changing. So, what kind of benefits, how is this going to be impacted? Or how are people and businesses going to be impacted? So what does this future look like? But to your point, you were saying to grow human capital and people. A successful business has lots of right people in the organization. And benefits, all of these things are so important pieces. They're attractive pieces that make right people want to be a part of your culture and your company. So just take us through a future journey of what you see as the vision of the impact of operating many companies now with this hybrid of virtual and on-site.
So I don't know, Lori, that anybody can predict. This is such a volatile area. Here's what I do know. While we can't cause a paradigm shift in the sense of we're not going to change the outcomes, there's so many people involved in this arena, from employers to the Department of Labor. The IRS has an interest in regulating it. I mean, there's so many pieces, the carriers themselves, that what we do owe our folks is to be kind of educated on what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yes,
it's more confusing than ever. Virtual has changed it tremendously. You have people in multiple states, so even understanding networks and the products you can offer and this different state guidelines, benefits are more important than ever, period. I mean, I've seen people that in order to compete, we know that candidate is king right now. Finding good people is,
yes,
the work is out there, but finding
yes.
good people. So benefits pop up. And so,
And describe, when you say
Yeah.
benefits are king, what do benefits mean to you?
Oh.
It's the, vacation time, or
you know,
what
you
is
can
it?
get creative. We start with the core stuff that you would know, the health insurance, the dental vision. And what I say to small business owners, the way we start is, yes, you can. I have 2 people. Yes, you can. Oh, really? Yes.
You did that for us with
Yes.
the inside story.
So a
2
lot of people
people.
don't know that. And I'm not going to go down a rabbit trail because it can get overwhelming and we do it in bite-sized pieces. But here's the deal. There's a lot of misinformation. And you have a lot of folks that are in this arena that are lazy. That's why I got into it. They're lazy, they're product peddlers, and they just show you 2 plans and they go, here you go away, kid, right? They're not going to spend time with
No.
you. So that's the passion. That's not a pitch, that's the passion. We absolutely love taking care of the small business owner. So
And and the people. Forgive me for interrupting you, but you enabled having a virtual organization with employees in various states, not knowing what I had done, hiring someone in, thought it was cool, Massachusetts, Wisconsin, so forth. And people would shy away immediately. I can't provide you benefits. I can't help you with that. And if it's part-time, we can't do that. All of the no, that I can'ts. That's what I heard. And you were it was yes across the board. It was just a matter of what options. And you guided me. You did videos. You made it fun. And you were patient. And it empowered my people to feel like they really had a career within my company, because now they had more of they had all of their personal needs being met, more than just an hourly or a salary.
Yes.
An income. It's so much more than an income.
The reason, thank you for that. The reason we were doing that is because you alluded to a moment ago. We know the cost of broccoli. We've been small business owners. We know what you deal with. Most brokers have not done that. They've been in a sales organization, so they're just presenting you products. We know what it's like to stroke that check. We know what it's like to find people. We know. So here's the point. We get you. So we know the whirlwind you operate
That's
in.
it.
And
you
the other
enabled us to, and my clients,
Yeah.
and the people that, construction related companies, professional service people, your consultants, your other CPA firms, HR companies. We had an attorney firm that we've partnered together that was providing for mortgage brokers. They were operating for years without having HR benefits for their mortgage brokers and so forth. But you've empowered business owners, a small business owner, to attract that exceptional candidate. And I know that's what you're saying, but I just want to emphasize it. In a small
Absolutely.
business world, it is not that simple to entice someone who's exceptional to come work for a small business when they have the skills and the ability to go get hired at the big corporations.
Well, and that's the thing. They may want to work for your smaller company. They may love your culture.
Right.
But so it legitimizes your company. I love to use this little metaphor. If you're looking at 2 companies and they're smaller, you love the culture of the smaller organization, you love where they're going, you feel like you fit. But one only offers you coffee and donuts on Friday. Like, that's the extent of their benefits. And the snack machine, like, oh, by the way, we got a snack
Doritos
machine.
might work for me.
Maybe. But the other one says we have the Doritos, but we also have this, full suite of benefits. That's cafeteria plan, major medical, dental, vision, telemed, you name
Yes.
it. And we give them an enrollment platform that makes them look like $1 million. Now you can compete. So
Yes.
now you do what you do best.
Yes.
Right? You go do your widgets. But now you have an employee that looks at you and go, if they've got that together right, right? That so
It
that's
was a
you get
game
my point.
changer.
It brings you from here to here, and it also, when you're in front of that candidate hiring them, it does give you a bit of confidence. Like, yeah, we offer a full major medical package. It makes you look. I'm telling you, it does a lot just to speak volumes to who you are. So I tell the smaller companies, act as if 5 people, 10 people, 15, doesn't matter. If you don't get those things right now, 50 employees, 100 employees, you're still going to be operating on a shaky foundation. So get those things straight now.
Incredible. That's such a great point, because we want companies to grow, right? I started with myself, and then 8 years later, when you have a team, when you start to exceed the 2 or 3 and your needs change, but not just about the inside story, but take us through maybe just a few examples of the companies that you support.
Oh my goodness.
Small business means lots.
Yeah.
But
So we as small as two to about 200 employees. We don't like to be a commodity. I'll tell you that. So luckily, thank God, we are at a point where we can kind of choose who we're working with. So if we walk into an environment and the owner's like, yeah, and this has happened before. Yeah, these guys spend their money on beer and cigarettes on Friday. Send me what you got and we'll see what we can do. Maybe not the best fit. I don't want to have to drag somebody to the finish line. But if I go in and somebody like yourself or whomever, and they're like, look, we don't have a lot of money, but we want to make, we really love our folks. What can we do? Oh, that's my favorite folks, because then I get to say, hey, your heart's in the right place. Let me show you what the solution is, rather than convincing you that you need to take care of your folks. So types of clients, man, they're all over the board. Construction, logistics, background check, attorney, professional services. It really, there's no specific that works well. I mean, what keeps me engaged, there's two things that keep me engaged. That $15 to $18 an hour worker, that's the passion. That young married that just had a baby, because if the broker doesn't do their job and they're lazy, then guess what? The owner thinks, they table it, and so their employees don't get access to coverage. And by the way, folks, it's either the exchange or the employer sponsor plan, by and large. There's a few other options, but they're not what you're thinking of as far as an easy peasy way for your employees to get access. Mm-hmm. So you are a portal just by offering, you're doing them a favor. So that's the passion, is to say, hey, let's get it into the hands of the people who need it. But then B, I really like each new company is a solution, a problem that needs to be solved. So when we're thinking of a way that we can, if we initially get some premiums back that aren't the best, I'm like, okay, all right, who do we know, or what can we do, or here, or how can we tweak the plan, or what? So anyway, it's I have fun with it too.
Absolutely awesome. I mean, it's just
fun with health insurance.
What we're talking about, insiders to our community out there listening. Mm-hmm. If you're a business owner and you want to sweeten the deal to attract the right people, benefits is key, or you said king. But it's also that if you're listening and you need help, or you're looking for the opportunity to implement it in time, and you want to build it out and you want to customize it.
Yes.
And you want to make it unique to your company that fits your culture. You have taught us as a team how you can approach someone from it. It's not cookie cutter. It's not plug and play. And then building something online, you were talking about it, the portal, and having people being able to log in and electronically do steps quick and easy on a phone, mobile, yes. The power, whether somebody has a laptop or not, because it's a skilled laborer. And they're just, they're going to use their phone because they probably don't have a laptop. Mm-hmm. The type of work they do doesn't require them to be technically or technology savvy. And the fact that you cater to such an array, but most importantly, the human being, the inside story of how you've tied the benefits into something that becomes so personal.
It's personal, and it's really one of the first things they see. You hire somebody. I mean, I want you to walk through and put yourself on the other side of the equation. You're starting with a new company, 8 employees. Again, they're perfect for you. They're close to your house. You walk in and you do the interview and you're excited, and you're like already thinking they don't offer benefits. You're like, I'm just curious. Do you offer? Yes, we do actually. Mm-hmm. And so they can go online through this Fortune 500 type portal, and they get an email when they're ready for benefits. They can log in, see the summary of benefits, see their costs. It's all wizard driven. There's even an enrollment video, which you saw, that kind of explains things. And so how does that make you look? And it doesn't do anything, as far as cost for you, doesn't change anything. So here's my point. We're going to make you look like $1 million. You do what you do best. We love what we do. So you're kind of helping to pick the plans that you want along the way, but ultimately we do the rest. I just tell folks, effectively, get us a census and we'll do the rest. And they like that.
So let's talk about your life calling, Will. I mean, benefits is important. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about your life calling and the legacy and the footprint that you're going to leave behind. But most importantly, I want you to live to be 150 years old, God willing. But still, take us through that.
Sure. Life calling. So, first and foremost, being the best version of me I can be. And that, for me, is with my faith. I get here at 5 a.m. every morning. I spend time with my Lord. I read the Word. And that doesn't make me so I can sit here and say on a pedestal I'm this or I'm that. it just means that I have to remember that I'm here for just a moment. We're all vapors.
Yes.
And so what do I owe people? I owe them what I call my smile ministry. My legacy is going to be in the people I touch, to hopefully have a story that I made them smile, or I thought about someone other than myself. You know, here's my point. I guess we all sometimes have this grandiose vision of why didn't we do this, or if I could be a missionary, or maybe have a big stage. We have a platform every day. It's a lot more humble than the big stages. It's talking with you. It's talking to the person out there, person you pass on the street, and sit in the elevator and you smile. I think if you are able to have people go, you know what? They've got something different. I want what they have. And that's why I spend time every morning trying to get that something different in there, because we live in a crazy world. And so I have my center line. And if I can stay true to that and spread joy and laughter along the way, and be, there's the other thing, be congruent with who you are in front of people and behind the scenes.
Yes.
People will sense that out. Call it
Like they're always
genuineness.
watching.
Yes. Mm-hmm. If you tell my boys, if you can be the same person behind the scene that people see you, don't be somebody different. Mm-hmm. If you have a problem behind the scene, work on that.
Absolutely. Oh, and I've spent time with your family and your sons at young ages. They act like such mature little men. And they're just so intuitively in tune with each other. You create such a synergy in your family that's very genuine. You walk through the door, you feel it instantaneously. Yes, yeah. I know you give the power above, but really will you walk on this earth in such a way to make it fun, you make it light, at the same time knowing what you carry with you, the experience that you bring professionally and personally, that to know you is something that people should really, if they are owning a company, if they're working in a company as a leader, if they are contemplating, taking that leap of faith, to step out on faith and launch a company, that you are an individual that we need to know. I'm grateful. I should say thank you that you are one of our strategic partners of the Inside Story Hunters, and we have known each other for years, but having you as a strategic partner enables us to be able to capture those opportunities when we're working with companies, because the bottom line impacts the ability to feed your people, to support your clients, your products and services so well. And so I just, I thank you for what you have done personally and professionally within my life. But insiders taking that time, where can we connect with you?
You can go to thebenefits.group. That's thebenefits, plural, thebenefits.group, Group. There is no .com, so it's thebenefits.group. That should get you all the contact information. Or will at benefits.place. Again, benefits is plural. Will at benefits.place. And here's the thing. We're not going to hard sell you. You're not going to get a wink and a gun.
That's not what you do.
What we want to do is educate you, give you an informed decision. I want you to know as much as you want to know so you can make an informed decision. So if you're checking other places, you'll know what you're looking at. It's very confusing out there.
Yes.
Some places will just say health coverage and it's not health insurance. And it's it. They use kind of a little 3-card Bonnie to get you going down a path and you don't have the coverage you think you're. So we help kind of clarify through the weeds of that and say this is what you're actually getting.
Is it difficult to transition from one plan to another? If I've been working with the same plan or the same agent for years, I've avoided making changes because I'm afraid it's going to be tedious. I don't have the time to just do the basic things I need to do. My company's growing.
Yeah, right.
I should
That's
ask
a great
you that.
question. Yeah, because here's the thing. First of all, relationship is king. If you love your broker and they're doing a wonderful job for you, we're not going to try to get you to switch. You can ask a question to us, but that's not who we are. But I will tell you that most of the time, the brokers are on set it and forget it. So the person may be, very comfortable and familiar, but I've gone into companies at least 80% of the time, at least, and saved them thousands of dollars because. And here's the thing: the pain point's not that bad. You absolutely should switch, but that's not for me to decide. There's a point at the margin where the dollar savings equals the comfort. For those of you that have a plan, it's worth checking out because things change and it has to be shopped every year. That's where a lot of brokers get lazy. They just go, oh, here's your renewal. It only went up 18.5%, and think you're doing something. And that
18.5%.
Oh, that's normal now.
Yeah.
With COVID costs, they're trying to recoup 18 to 30%. So can we mitigate that? Yeah, there's some plans that would shoot. One of our carriers on a certain plan tried to give our, this happened twice, 18 to 20%. They just came out with that, and through some negotiation, a lot of smile emojis, and keeping good relationships and some chocolate chip cookies along the way so that we can call in favors when we need it. We got it down to 2 to 3% renewal.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, and they were already saving thousands, and they were getting money back on their premium because it was a certain type of plan that you can get a refund of premium. So, yeah.
What you love to do, and you've taught me to do, and insiders know this, if the time to research and to investigate is not, for me, it was intimidating. I don't want to make the wrong decision. I'm talking about benefits for the people that are going to be working with me, and even for myself. You provide my family the personal health insurance, which we didn't really get into. And it's untouchable what you were able to provide. But again, it was the personal care, and you spoke Lori's language, and you've done it with our clients, and more than just a small business owner. Yeah. You have supported larger accounts,
yes. Yeah,
corporations.
You have to know the tools that you have and be able to effectively communicate, period. And we love saving money. I got that from my dad. He was a deal finder. If you've ever had a deal finder dad, you know what I'm talking about. And so I don't like cheap, but I like finding deals. And so if we can find a deal on your major medical, that gives me a rush. Like as much as it does you, to know that we kind of, everybody else was paying 18 to 30% and we got off with our lower renewals. I'm like, yes. So, yeah. We
the
take
money
it personally.
Hits the bottom line. Where does it go? It stays with the company.
Yeah, stays with
thriving.
the company. Mm-hmm, absolutely.
We're here to create opportunities for right people and businesses, whether it's growing a company, growing roles, adding new team members, just taking care of the current, avoiding the loss of the employees, the retention challenge, the benefits, the power of benefits, right?
Yes. Yeah. And you guys have so much to do out there. Insiders, whether you're part of a company, think about being one, or you're an employee, you know that there's just so much to keep track of, personally and professionally. So this is our little niche. This is our little slice of the world. And we are connectors like you, so we meet good people. So we can always say, hey, you need to talk to Lori, right? Yes. We're a quarterback for you in other areas because we're just like you are, small business owners. And right here, talk about a connector who'll tell your story for you. That's where I'll tell you this. What you know about Lori is that if she doesn't believe in you and your story, it's not going to get told. But if she loves your story, she's going to shout it from the rooftops. And so that's what I like, is that all she asks is sincerity and be who you are and be real. And so when we first met do you remember Panera? Panera. And we instantly hit it off. And of course, we
took over Panera that day.
We took over Panera.
We made friends. Right. Because everything you were so graciously saying about me, this man is a connector. And we're passionate about authentic.
Passion, that's the word.
We're passionate.
Passionate, if you take nothing else, passionate, yes.
And to tell a story, you're so right. I'm not going to tell a story that I'm not passionate about because, again, it's so obvious. I put so much energy into expressing the passion behind someone's inside story that it's ridiculously obvious when I don't do that. And the consistency is built from a deep place within me. And it starts with connection. It's connecting with the right people, right?
Absolutely.
And just connect the benefits, connect the resources, connect the opportunities.
Yeah, you find, absolutely, period. So. You find people, it starts with not the product. We all know that. It starts with that genuine connection. And once you have that, the product, the widget, whatever you do is ancillary. It's just knowing you have somebody that you know, like, and trust, right?
Yes.
So,
well said.
and we do have to keep that trust, and that's what we value it. We don't take it for granted when we get somebody in year one. We have to earn it every year.
I want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Keep connecting. Keep making a difference. Support those business owners so well.
We are here to support you. Guys, entrepreneurs, insiders, listen, these podcasts, they're fun, but they also, you know what they serve. They let you know you're part of something bigger, and the struggles that we all do every day is the same. But you can do it with fun. You can do it with a smile. And if you need to reach out to somebody, make a connection, have somebody that you can reach out to when you're feeling, because the entrepreneurial journey is this.
Oh, my goodness, it is.
And so when you're here, you need somebody that's up here.
Yeah. And you are the breath of fresh air at times. And I'm grateful to know you.
Thank you. Me as well. High five. Bring it up.
All right. Awesome. All right. Thanks for being with us today. And insiders, please visit with Will, call him, email him, go to his website, connect with us, and let us help you get to know Will and his team. It is worth the research, the phone call, the opportunity just to connect, even if it's just to make sure you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's and you have what you need. Phenomenal. Get that confirmation, because we all want to do well and do right by the people who really make a business successful. It's the people. It's the employees. It's the human capital. Take care. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Inside Story Hunters. If you liked the episode, be sure to share your aha moments with us on Instagram at Lori with a Story. Please take a few minutes and share our podcast with your friends and family. Leave us a review on the platform where you're listening. Remember, we're not strangers. We just haven't connected yet. We would love to hear your inside story, because your story matters. Want to share your story? Don't forget to enter our monthly contest for a chance to win the opportunity for us to choose your story. Each month we highlight an inside story on our blog. Simply head over to LoriWithUsStory.com and be sure to connect with us. Thanks. Bye for now.